Hi everyone, happy Monday. I know that Monday is a day that a lot of us don't like. Truthfully, the reason why a lot of people don't like Mondays is because of their job. So I'll talk about that in another video, but appreciate your Monday, appreciate your new start, and appreciate your process, which is what I want to talk about. If you're like me, you are crazy in a sense of you're always wanting the next thing, you always want to be progressing, you always want to accomplish something, and you don't want to wait. I am the craziest person when it comes to waiting, when I have to rely on someone else to follow through, and it can't be solely up to me, and I have to wait for something because if it was up to me, it would be done. I go crazy. Not something that I'm proud of, something that I'm working through. But if we're being honest, which I always like to be honest, that is a part of me that I don't want to say I struggle with, but something I need to work on. As I was in church yesterday, Pastor Joshua was talking about the process and how it really spoke to me because I can't quote him exactly. You can listen to the message by going to podcast or Facebook. It's King's Fire Church. But part of what he talked about is, for example, being just given money as opposed to saving it yourself, and which one is more rewarding. How you can have, yes, instant gratification and you can have what you want right away, but is that as pleasing and as satisfying and as rewarding as having to work for something really hard over a period of time and then watching that grow and bloom and having something to be proud of. So one thing that, well, I don't want to get personal, so maybe I won't share that, but I can just totally relate to this on a personal level because there are a couple things in my life right now that I'm kind of just paused on. And the reason I'm paused on is because I feel that I had done as much as I possibly could to get to where I wanted to be, but it's not enough. So one thing I had to do yesterday was kind of revisit myself and say, well, have you done everything that you have to do? Have you done everything that you need to do to make this goal possible? And my thought is no. Have I done a lot? Sure, I've done a lot. And I guess, I could kind of just stop here and say, I've done so many things, nothing's working. But until you exhaust every option you have, if something is really meant to be, it will be yours. But you have to do everything that you need to do to make it happen. So what if you have physically done everything that you need to do? What's the next part of that? The next part, and the part that is coming up for me after I do a couple more things, but will be coming shortly, is the faith to back up all of the prayers that I've said, all of the prayers for the last couple of months to meet this need that I have. It will be met. My needs are always met. Whenever I reach out to God, my needs are met. Even times when I don't reach out, my needs are met. Because God knows the desire in my heart. He knows how bad I want something. He also knows how bad I'm trying for it. Now, if at the end of the day it doesn't come to pass, it's not because God doesn't hear me, because he's not real. It's because it's just not meant to be. But until I exhaust everything, I can't give up. The next part of that is to just love the process, One thing that I just always... I don't want to say this because I don't want to get personal, but I know it's something a lot of people can relate to, so I'm going to say it anyway. It may upset some people. I'm not going to care. Who I'm going to care about are the people that can learn from it and the people that can take something from it, because I know that this is something that a lot of people struggle with. Relationships. How often do we pray and pray and pray and cry and hurt because we want something better? We're giving this effort, we're giving our full effort, we're praying, we're searching and seeking, and we're not getting what it is that we so badly want. Now, I'm in a relationship with the most amazing individual. I won't get into details because it's irrelevant and we enjoy our privacy, but I will just say that this person has shown me things that I didn't even know were possible in a human being. And just as a little tidbit, because he shows me and sets such a great example, it's also beginning to change me in ways that I didn't know that I could improve, and to help me to be a better person, to be a better partner. Now, never, ever, ever have I been perfect in a relationship. Never will I be. But there was a time in my life when I was praying to God and I was crying to God for months at a time. And I remember having a breakdown in my living room after 3 months of praying every day, a couple times a day. And I'm like, God, you see me, you see my hurt. I know that you're real. There's no doubt in my mind that God is real and that God hears me. So if you are real, which you are, and you will give me the desires of my heart, which you will, what is going on? I've been doing nothing but standing in faith and being faithful to you and pouring my heart out to you. One of the things was that I was not ready when I was asking for it. Because if I did not go through everything that I went through, I would not be able to appreciate my partner as much as I appreciate him. And I would not look at every little thing that he does as like the biggest thing in the world. Like, thank you so much for being this person and doing these things. There was something in me that had to change. It's not always about the other person. Sometimes the other person is the problem, but when it could be that you are the most amazing person, let's say, and your partner is the worst person in the world. But you're still doing something very, very wrong. You know what you're doing very, very wrong is that you're not letting go. If you cannot change someone and someone is not wanting to change and someone doesn't love you enough or themselves is what it really comes down to make a change, stop being foolish and stop staying with this person that you're not bound to. So I've just really learned to appreciate even my worst moments, whether it be relationship-wise, financially-wise. You know, now I'm in such a better place, but when I wasn't financially, I was so careless with my money and was just spending so carelessly. And you wonder why you don't have the things that you do or that you want, or even your needs aren't being met like you want. Because if you cannot appreciate your small blessings, if you drop change and you don't care to pick it up because it's just a couple quarters, I bet you're gonna need a couple quarters once you get to a toll booth and all you have is your credit card. You know, it's like a lot of times why we go through the process that we go through is because we're not appreciating the blessings that we do have. So trust your process, whatever your process is that you're going through right now, whatever hardship it is that you're going through right now, whether it be financially, in a relationship, trust that it is for a reason. It is for a reason, and you need to pray and think about what that reason is. You need to examine yourself and look at how you need to change. And some things are just a process, but there's a lot to learn in that process. Sometimes there's really not a whole lot to learn. It's just the fact of the matter. We're humans. We're part of a physical world where there's just a process to some things. Some things take a couple months. Some things take a couple weeks. Some things take a couple years. Some things take a couple hours. That is fact. But observe yourself and think, what can I learn this time? What do I need to change in this time? And what is this season for? Trust and love your process. That's it. Have a good day.